Wow, our guest
Well,
speaker is even here already. Such
wow.
intentionality. Yeah. She's so
Yes.
intentional. Yeah, good evening, Olamikosi. Good evening, Coach Olamikosi. I'm so sorry. Olufumi, compliments of the season. Good to see us here. Good evening. Yeah. So we dive in right away. I don't really need to say much. All I just want to do is just to reintroduce Olamikosi. So, except for people who are joining in newly, Coach Olamikosi has always been a friend of the house. And I know that each time she comes on board, it's always, you know, a wonderful time. She spur you on into taking action. That is who Olamikosi is. And Olamikosi is a multi-dimensional person. She owns a factory where they make different clothing for both international and local. Um, the name of the company is called 1212, and it's such a thriving business, so to say, and she has multiple of people working with her. So Olamikosi is someone that she will spur you into taking action, just like I've said before. So without saying too much, because today is not about me. Today is about you know um, the community and the things that we are taking along with us into 2025. So I believe that for as many people that have written their goals, maybe by the time you're done with this class, you will have to re-strategize and go, and maybe the one that you have put for Q1, then you will realize that no, this one can't go for Q1. Maybe this one will happen in Q2 or Q3. So it will help you to streamline what's most important that you need to achieve for 2025. And so because we already have about 5 people here, so we can just kickstart. So, Coach Olamikosi, I don't know if you're ready for us. I just want you to dive in. I don't want us to say too much. So let's just start, okay? Elizabeth is here, so we're about 6. So I believe we have our jotters and our pen ready. Water is there, so there's no distraction this night. Welcome. So with a standing ovation where you are, help you welcome
Good.
Coach Olamikosi Sheye Oyagbile.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Ooh,
Yeah,
good
good
to
evening,
be here
Mama.
again.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma'am.
ma. Good evening, ma. This mama is making me feel uncomfortable. Thank you for having me, ma. I'm so happy to be here this evening. This has been a long class that we should have had since, I think, August. I think it was supposed to be August 31st. And
Yes.
wow, that's 4 months later. Finally, we are here. Glory. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. It's my honor to be here. And I believe that it's going to be a great time this evening. If it's okay, please let us pray. Heavenly Father, we are grateful. We thank you for this evening. We thank you because the Bible says that every one of the disciples heard in their own language. When the power of God came, people heard in their own language. Father, we declare this evening that you will let people hear what they need to hear in their own language in the name of Jesus. And at the end of the day, the glory will be to you. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so Sister Emeka has dragged me to come and talk about how beliefs shapes our destiny, literally. How what we believe translates into our life, how the life that, and I love the fact that I can see people's faces tonight. And I was dreading that hey, these people that they don't show camera.
We are
I'm
doers.
happy. I'm happy that we are showing faces. I'm so excited about it. So, thank you so much, Madam Elizabeth, Madam Oluyomi. I met her in the room. And okay, I think she met me in the room. As I joined, she joined. I'm like, these are early comers. I love it. Fumi Fashionista, good evening, ma'am. Oluwabunmi, thank you for joining. Christy OJ, thank you for joining. Okay, so we'll go in. I'm going to be sharing my slide. But before I go into sharing my slide, please help me turn on, if it's possible to turn on, to give me capacity to share my slide. It will be good. So one of the things that we all know is that when people say, oh, belief drive behavior, we hear that a lot. We hear beliefs drive behavior. We hear things like, oh, it is just what you believe, you know. Some people just like people believe in ghosts and they see ghosts. And some people will tell you that it is not possible, that there's nothing like ghosts. Once people die, they have gone to heaven, blah, blah. Different people say different things. And whatever you say, whatever you believe, is what will be happening to you, is what you experience in life. But I want to take it from a flat space, and then we'll grow from there. But before then, I also want a situation where we can do a lot of things practically this evening. I want us to, 2025 is coming. There at this time of the year, there's usually these different feelings of, oh, what did I do this year? Why is it that I'm repeating the same thing? Why is it that things are not getting better? This was the same way I felt last year. Different things. I don't know if anybody here feels like that. That used to be me some years ago, where I'll be like, what happened? This last year too, I was feeling like this. 2 years ago, when will this change? When will everything end? When will all of this? When will December come and I will be happy? When will December come and I will be joyful and I will feel like, thank God for the year. Maybe you are in that situation. The reason that we will not be in that situation next year is what we want to talk about. How you will not be in that same situation next year. How by this time next year, you'll be able to say, wow, just this little thing transformed my life. That's what we want to really dig deep into. And I want us to be as vulnerable as possible. I wish I can just, if it is Yoruba, you understand, and you want to speak it, please, let's feel at home so that we can actually make something that is transformational. So please feel at home, be ready, and let's just deep dive. If there's something you have been experiencing in your life and it keeps repeating itself, even though you are trying hard to change it, we can go deeper into the background and we'll be able to see, oh, this is the belief that is driving that behavior, right? How belief shapes our reality. And it's simply like, oh, how belief shapes our destiny. Okay, I'm trying to, I still can't share. So I'm still not able to share yet. Okay. But while I wait for that, I'm just going to start talking about how belief shapes our behavior. Okay. Now, we can use our mind what that simply means is that we can use our mind to shape our experiences. We can use our mind to shape our experiences. I know you might have heard this saying where they say, oh, whatever you think, if you think it is true, it is true. If you think it is not true, it is not true, right? When people say that, I'm trying to see another common saying that people say that, they say things like, oh, if you say, Yoruba people say, if you say Adegun, Ogun náà nìyẹn. If you say kò gún mọ́, kò gún mọ́, whatever you say, it is what it is. And that's the same way with us. Whatever you believe of yourself is what you will experience. I don't want to jump over myself. That's why I am stylishly just waiting for me to be able to share my screen. So what are beliefs? Beliefs are the things that we really, really head on in our hearts, that we really believe that, this thing is very, very true. This thing is extremely true, either by what we learned in church, by what we learned when we were growing up somewhere, by what we learned from our parents, by what we learned from different things, you know. I don't know how many people believed growing up, you know. I know that many of us are, most of us here are women. How many of us believe when we were growing up that women are the nurturers? Women are for kitchen. We are the ones that are supposed to just sit down with the children and just carry the children because it is just our duty. It is just our job. I'm sure many of us believe that when we were growing up because that's what we knew. That's what they told us. That's why when they are talking to us, they'll say things like, your husband, you meet yourself in your husband's house, something like that. Like, oh, don't worry, that thing will show you in your husband's house. They were imprinting beliefs in our minds. So we were having beliefs about different things that we do not even know. So when we got married, so that's how people got married, and if you marry somebody like, if you marry a man that loves to take care of the house, if you marry a man that is doing things in the house, and you begin to feel like it's strange. It feels very strange. It feels very different. It feels like, no, it's not possible. How can that be? And that's why people will come and say, oh, the wife has just the husband. That's why people will wake up and start saying, no, that thing is not right. It's not supposed to be the other way around, you know? So because in most cases, what they have told us is different from what really reality is, you know. But again, whatever we know, whatever we add on to, whatever we hold on to strongly is our belief. Do you know, I don't know if we're all Christians or we are Muslims, or do you know that, let's say Elizabeth, for example, I know Elizabeth is a Christian because of her name, but let's say Elizabeth was born in a Muslim family. Do you know Elizabeth would have been a Muslim? She would have been a Muslim. She would have held on belief strongly to the fact that, this Islam is the way, you know, the same way she is holding on right now to, hey, this Christianity is the way. That's the way she would have held on to Islam is the way if she was born there. And so these are the places where we caught our own beliefs while we were growing up. These are the places where we knew that, all along, this is where my thinking is. I believe that life is, you know, some people say, oh, life is short. Some people say, oh, you can't have it all. Some people say different things. Whatever it is that you have said and you have believed, that's what is going to happen, just like for you, effortlessly, because whatever we believe, and where are the places where we get all these things. So now the quick question is, I want us to do a quick exercise, and the first exercise for these classes, number one, get your pen and paper and write, what do you believe about yourself? I want you to write something about what you believe about yourself. So let's go. What do you believe about yourself? Please make sure you are writing something down so that we can do a recap on it by the time we are, you know, okay. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, what do you believe about yourself? And then, are we done writing? If we are done writing, you can just let me know. But what do you believe about yourself? I want you to write it down. Write it down. And I want it to be like a reflective thing. I don't want you to write it like, oh, I believe I can fly. I believe I can. What you really don't believe, because you will find that we eventually see what we believe and why you believe them, or what you don't believe. We will eventually be able to find out. Okay. Now, this belief that you have, where did it come from? This belief that you have about yourself, where did it come from? Where did it come from? What do you believe about yourself? And this your belief, where did it come from? And the next thing is, how has this belief served you? this belief that you have of yourself, how has it served you? When I say how has it served you, how is it working for you? Is it working for you? Is it working against you? How has it served you? That's what it means. How has this thing be of service to you? This belief that is that, oh, I believe I am a great entrepreneur, right? Where did this belief come from? You write it. It came from what my mother told me, what my daddy told me, what my friend told me. It came from, I think I just believed it because of what I used to do. Then, how has this belief served you? It has helped me to start a business. It has stopped me from getting a job. You can write it any which way, right? Now, you saw that all the things I wrote them in two different dimensions. All the things I said. Okay? Are we done writing? Can we move on? So it could be family upbringing, it could be cultural influences, it could be personal experiences, it could be media, it could be education, it could be peers. I remember that it was maybe just a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago, that I found out that it's actually not true that you have to change your name when you are married. I did not know, right? That thing was just it was just a belief that I did not even know where it came from. But I think it was cultural, it was upbringing, it was all over everywhere. That's what we saw people do. My mother started bearing my father's name. My grandmother, my friend's mother, this auntie, that auntie. Once they marry like this, automatically we hear, Mrs. Kinikon now, your husband has married you now you bear his name. So we were not really planning. So for me, I didn't think that, there is no law against not changing your name. Imagine my shock when I realized that, you really, really don't have to change your name. I was like, oh, so interesting. We don't have to have a change of name. We do not necessarily have to say, oh, Elizabeth is now married, though. Now she has to be a Udo because she's married, because she married somebody that is Udo. It's very, very strange because, I mean, when I found out, I'm like, no, are you saying that at the airport they will not stop you? They said there's nothing like that. Are you telling me that I can carry my children abroad with my name, and they are bearing another? They said yes. When I found out everything, that this thing is not in the Constitution, I was shocked. But you see, there are so many more beliefs like that we have acquired, that we have come in contact with, and then we have believed, and then we are rolling with, because we did not question them. Everybody is doing something and you are wondering. So there's this my friend that says that, oh, when my child, that if I have a boy child, that she can never weave the boy child's hair, that she doesn't like it. So when she sees young people weaving their hair, these young boys, making their hair, that she's like, no, I just don't like. And I was like, okay, why? Why don't you like it? And then she began to blab. There was no cogent reason why she was against it. You know why she was against it? Because growing up, we were made to believe that it is the hooligans that made hair. Somebody told you that it is the children of the people that are not well raised that made hair. But do you know that it's this Yoruba people that the Songo man used to make hair in those days? All those, their Babalawos used to make hair. Different tribes, the men in Nigeria, actually, if you read those things, if you see those old pictures, they used to grow hair and make hair. Now, if you question some of these things, we'll begin to realize that this thing that I'm actually believing in, why do I believe it? The same thing happens to tribal. You say, this person is Igbo, this person is Hausa, this person is Bibi, this person is Tiv, this person is this tribe. I cannot mind them. This tribe are like this. You just believe it because somebody told you, or you believe it because of one experience that you cannot actually stay with, that you cannot prove right. These people are just loud, they are just silly. And we we get all of these beliefs without questioning them. And that's the same way, that is the same way we have beliefs, things that we believe in our life that are controlling our destiny like this, and we do not know where they came from. Okay. Now, what's the key point of all of this conversation, right? Our beliefs, they act as the lens through which we perceive and interpret our world. The beliefs that we have, they are the things that act as the lens. You are seeing through your beliefs, through what you feel, and I'm going to expand on it as I go. Okay, if you can still hear me, let me know.
We can.
All right, ma'am. So, moving on. It's still like one of the things I want to like say something about this slide. It's still just one of the things that I've said before, you know, like our brain filters information to match our beliefs, and that's what they call confirmation bias. Our brain filters information to match our beliefs. That's why it must have happened to us sometimes, you know, where you believe that this person doesn't like me, or, oh, me and this person had a fight yesterday, or maybe somebody told you something about somebody, and you know that information has come from different places. And as you are going, you believe that this person will not greet you. Even though the person says, good morning, you will not hear. Because you kind of believe that this person is not going to greet me. So why are you greeting me? And when the person calls you back, oh, I greeted you, you honestly did not hear. You honestly did not hear because truthfully, you didn't hear. And it is because you were not expecting the person to greet you. It's a confirmation bias. It's just like sometimes saying that, maybe it's usually with women, you know, I'm trying to use this example because with women, I know we are intentional women in this place. We are very intentional people. We are go-getters. We don't meddle with those things. But the same way somebody will have said, so that I have a friend that she did not go to the university, but she is well-read. She's well-read, you will never know. And every time she meets people, she believes that she if you say, did she go to school? You say, yes, she finished from a particular school. She always mention that, oh, yeah, she graduated from this school. She graduated from this school. So she believes so much that university cannot determine her life. And she stepped up to it. The way this lady talks, the way she addresses people, you will never have an idea that this lady only has a secondary school certificate. Why? Because she just believes it. So anywhere she enters, she's like, you can, I can. What's the difference between the two of us? Because she has like really literally put it in her head so much that she can be anything without university certificates. And yes, she's really moving it. She's becoming all that she wants to be. Right? And these are the things that happen generally when we believe something. We have confirmation bias. People that I have met amazed, and I'm towing the religious line, not because I want to make this a religious thing, but I've met fantastic Muslims. But before, that thing has to change in my mind because I grew up with horrible Muslims. The same way somebody will say Christians are like that they grew up with horrible Christians. So because of that bias, anytime I meet a Muslim, I used to say, it is them. Until I began to open up my heart to these people. And then I realized that, man, see, this thing is not, then me and my friend, this Muslim friend, she will be talking the Quran, we'll be talking the Bible, we'll be discussing religion. We'll be talking about the love of God. We'll be talking about a lot of things. We'll be talking about the depth of God's love. And this person is a Muslim. And I mean, these people that cover their face up to here kind of Muslim. Cover their face, cover their hand, cover the leg, everything. And this person will be sharing the scriptures together. Yet, that used to be different for me many years ago when I believed that Muslims were just horrible people, right? Now, and I will always meet the ones that, because that was what I believed, I will always meet the ones that are horrible. because that is what I believe, and that's what is called confirmation bias. Every time you believe Yoruba people, Igbo people they will cheat you. All those people, you will always meet the ones that will cheat you, because that is the one that you, and life will always prove you right. To think the truth is to think whatever you think is the truth is the truth. And that's the way life is. And that's one of the things that scares me about life. The fact that ignorance is not a, is not a, you cannot say because you are ignorant and then it will secure you from experiencing that problem. No, it will not. There is nothing is guiding against you the fact that you don't know about the law, right? Now, beliefs influence how we interpret the events that happen in our lives, the actions that we take, and then the outcomes of our actions. Our beliefs interpret all of those things. Then the example is that a person who believes that they are unlucky, they will always notice every setback. That's like the day you leave the house angry, the day you just believe that today is just not a good day. I don't even know everything that has been happening to me since morning like this. That day, throughout that day, and the life will be proving to you that that day is not a good day. That day is not a good day. You will, in fact, you'll be closing the door. Door handle will hold your hand. You'll be like, oh, what happened today? And then you'll be going, and then something will hold your clothes, and you will say, hey, God, oh. The bus driver self will do something, the conductor will insult you. You just believe that because you already believe that you're unlucky. The same way, if you are entering a place, let's say you go for an event, if you are entering a place and you believe how beautiful you are, you believe that people will love to talk to you, you carry yourself like that. When you are entering, you are shoulder high, you are smiling because there's a belief that is rolling in your head already. So you enter believing that, expecting. And the same way, if you are the opposite, where you feel that, this place, I don't know, these people here, they are big, big people. They're people who have money, people who are, mighty. God, just help me to one day be like them. If you are entering a place like that, you will slouch. You will not carry yourself with pomp and pageantry. You will do like, just help me, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. You become like a typical village Yoruba girl. And then you'll be kneeling down saying, shoo. They will not even call you to ask you questions. In fact, they will be sharing food and pass you by. And then it will make you believe that, it's because we are not like them. It's because we are not like them. When then they will come back and give you the food as the poor people. God forbid. I'm sure that person is not in this room tonight. So now, what is the takeaway, right? What you believe determine how you see your reality. And I want to cite an example also about this. If you believe, and this, I'm always talking about this, for somebody who presses their phone all day, doing nothing. I mean, at least we all have it. If at the end of the day, you press your phone so much, you know, either you can tell yourself the truth. I mean, if you're not telling anybody the truth, you can tell yourself the truth. You are either working productively on that phone or you are wasting your life away, right? It's either two things. You're either making money and being productive or you are wasting your life, because our life is our time. Because today now we cannot see it again. And that has deducted. If you are 35 years old, it has become, you have added a day to it. It has a minus from the life we live on earth. So because those days are wasting, there is no way you are wasting your time scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, that we are not wasting our lives. But if you are somebody that believes that, I'm an intentional person and I am a very productive person. Because I am a productive person, you will not be scrolling your away on Instagram. You will not be scrolling your time away doing nothing. If you truly believe that you are a productive person, but you might be saying, I'm a productive person, but you are not living a life that looks like you're a productive person. And it is because that belief has not really dig down into your heart. You might be feeling, oh, I have good self-esteem. I have good self-esteem. You can enter some places and you are doing like, I don't belong here. When you do that, it's also a sign that you actually really do not already have that good self-esteem. You are just still saying it to yourself. It has not really entered. Now, what is the core of all of this conversation? Is that our beliefs is equal to our success or our failure. Our beliefs is what determines whether we are successful or whether we fail in life. It's what we believe. And that's what they simply call mindset. Because beliefs leads to what we think. What we believe determines what we think. What we think determines how we feel. How we feel determines what results we have, and then that will determine the action that we take. So, if you believe that you are a very productive, a very intentional person, you will see that all of a sudden you are planning your life. You are scheduling your time. You are saying, I'm not going to waste my time, because what do intentional people do? They are conscious of their environment. They are conscious of their feeling. They are conscious of the way they live. They don't waste their life away. They are intentional about their family. They are intentional about the things that are important to them. They know what they want to do, and they do just that. They don't waste their time. They don't waste their lives. So you first go and learn about what do intentional people do. If you say, okay, everybody has been saying be intentional, be intentional, be intentional, let it not just be a buzzing word. What does it even really mean to be intentional? If I want to say I am an intentional person, well, it means that people will be able to. I entered this room. I mean, when Staremlego started talking, I was just laughing because she was like, oh, she's very intentional. She's very intentional. I entered, I was like, oh, by 6:50, I'm going to be here. So I came at 6:50, I was already standing at the door. And I said, and when I came at the door, I saw that, oh, the room was opened already. In fact, it was called. I was like, oh, this is impressive. I joined. And then somebody met me there. I do not mind for people to meet me in a place, because I believe I am intentional. It's not that I know. You know that thing. You know, there's some things that I know, that I know, that I know, that I know. Just the way you know that you are a woman. That nobody can tell you right now that you are a man. Just the same way you know. It's the same way these things, when they are rooted. Now, if I know that belief that I'm an intentional person was what, that belief that I'm intentional was what led me to my thinking that I need to be in the room as at 7:50, right? And then that will lead to the emotions I will feel, which is I will feel good that, oh, when they are sharing things in this place and they are saying, oh, the people that came earlier are the ones we want to give, it can get to me. I will feel proud of myself. When they say, oh, people that don't go late for events, I will feel good. I will feel proud of myself. Because the truth is that when you do the things that a lot of people don't do, you feel like you are outstanding. It feels good. Like I am just different. There's a feeling good that comes with it. And that's the emotion. And after the emotion, you feel like, okay, I can achieve anything. And then that makes you take some kind of actions that normally you will not have taken. That normally you will not take, that normally your friends will not take. And I usually say some things. I say that it is easier to stand out in life. It is not so difficult. Honestly speaking, you know, because the world mass produce average, because most people will not do what intentional people do. So it is very easy to see the few people that are doing what the intentional people are doing. It is very easy. Because not many people will wake up 5 a.m. and go and exercise. Not many people will wake up 5 a.m. and actually open their mouth and pray and stand up against all odds from that their bed. And they know, I have to pray for 1 hour this morning. Okay, I need to stand up and do that prayer. Not many people will do it. That's why it is easy to stand up, because everybody is doing the same thing. Everybody is sleeping. Everybody is oversleeping. Everybody is overeating. Everybody is spending money anyhow. Everybody is doing their things, their business anyhow. Everybody. So it is very, very easy to spot the people that are different. The pharmacy that is different around you, you know. I buy things online, right? There was this lady that I buy things from. And I buy jeans from her. And she has a lasting memory in my head, because she's like one of the fastest people to deliver anything to me. If I want to buy something and I need it like now, and I say, I need a jeans, she has jeans, and I just chat out. I know that in like less than 2 hours, my jeans has gotten to me. The first time it happened, I was like, are you kidding? is this business like this? That's it for me. And that is the way she has been since that time. And I have to say, I had to tell her one time, I'm like, you stand out. Because for most people, it is not going to be like that. For most people, it's taking 3 days. In fact, you are begging them. It's also KP that is another person like that, that you want something, you are getting it that day, or at least at the maximum, you are getting it the next day. KP is another person that is really, really, really that way, that when with our business. And you can tell. People just like, oh, I can get it. People talk about my factory. With one of the things they say is, oh, you can get your clothes in 24 hours. They're like, oh, if you need something in 24 hours, you can get it. Because it is opposite what people say about tailors. Many people say, oh, give a tailor your clothes. 3 months until you go and sit with them. 6 months like this, you will not get it. Meanwhile, some other people will say, oh, if you want a new clothes in 24 hours, talk to them. They'll get it for you. And yes, we do. And that has given us edge in some places. Okay? Now, someone who believes they are capable will take risk. A risk that is leading to success. Someone who believes that they are unworthy will avoid opportunities. They will avoid opportunities, and it will confirm their beliefs. Right? And that means that our action aligns with our beliefs, and that creates self-fulfilling prophecies. So because you really feel that you are unworthy of whatever you want to do, you really think that you are not worthy. When you see that, and I know I should be doing this, but I'm not doing it. And I know that I should stand up and pray. I know that I should just take action. They say post. I know that I should post. But I know, they are telling you, yeah, I know, but I'm just not doing it. It's because there's a belief underneath that thing. There's something that is controlling that talk that you are saying. There's something that is controlling that you don't know. It's because you feel you are unworthy. You feel that really, 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 this thing, I don't think I'll be able to do it, or I don't think I'll be able to achieve it. So let me not even bother. Because really, really deep down, you don't think that you have the capacity, because you have thought about it, that the people that are really doing well, they are the educated parents. Me, my papa and mama no go school. Me, I did not even go to university. I went to Polytechnic. Me, I did not even, you have excuses. You see all the people that are doing well, you are like, oh, it's because of this. It's because of that. Somehow, deep down in your heart, you feel that you are unworthy of becoming that person. So every morning, the action that you are taking determines, it's a reflection of what you believe about yourself. The things that you are doing today, the things that you have done today, and the things you will do tomorrow morning, just look at your day today now. Analyze the day since morning, with the things that you have done, the things that you have not done, how you have procrastinated, how you have done things. You're just like, it's a sign that you believe that you are unworthy of whatever success comes. It's a sign. It's just a sign. Okay. Now, our actions, and the insight from that is that our action aligns with our beliefs, and it creates self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever we believe is what we experience. Now, the power of limiting beliefs. What is holding you back? This is 2025 that is coming. If you do not do anything different, you're not going to have a different result. If you use the same recipe of somebody whose cake tastes bad, you are going to have the cake that will taste bad, because the recipe that you use is bad. If you cook with your grandmother's ingredients, and you follow all the method that she gave, and you cook like that, it will taste just exactly as your grandmother's food, because that is the thing that she has put together. Now, what are the examples of limiting beliefs that can hold you back in 2025? I am not good enough. You know what? These things are not loud. They don't shout, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. They don't shout. They're not shouting in your head. They are very subtle. Very subtle. You almost cannot hear it, but it is ringing in your subconscious. It is so there that you just know that, these people, that's why you know that somebody has better quality camera, better English. They can write differently. They have money. That's why they're experiencing what they're experiencing. And success is for other people, but it's not for me. Change is impossible for me. I have tried. I have tried. See, I am 60 years old like this. So, see, I am 50. I see now, I'm approaching my 40th year. Change is impossible. I have tried. It's not for me. Those are some of the things that we tell ourselves. And these things, they prevent us from trying. They prevent us from growing. They prevent us from dreaming. They prevent us from doing the right things. They prevent us from joining the things. I saw a post today that literally buttressed what I am saying. Tony Lumini was saying that sometimes in his life, he believed that he said he believes in luck. He believes that you can be lucky. That because he believes in luck, people put out a what's it called? A job application. He said he does not qualify for that job, but that he applied for it because he believed in luck. He said they put it out. Some of you even believe that not that you believe, you have, they tell you this is the apply for this thing. They bring it to you like this. Apply, you will be like, I don't have this one, I don't have that one. And then you will be seeing all of those things until those things are gone. But he said, I believe in luck. And because I believe in luck, I applied. And then the luck made the owner of the business to call me. I did the interview. Look where he is today. He's the one giving thousands of dollars to people. Today, imagine that he did not go. Imagine he did not believe. Imagine he did not apply. He said, it's too much for me. Oh, it's for the rich people. Oh. You know, those are limiting things, beliefs, right? Now, what do you, I want us to write right now, and I want somebody to share with me. What limiting beliefs might be holding you back? What limiting belief do you think that you have right now that you think that this is belief, this is what I believe that I feel is holding me back? Please, somebody should share. Let's share. Who wants to share their own with me? What limiting belief do you think that you have now that is holding you back? Like, I think this is what I believe. And that's why I'm not able to do the things I should be doing. Who wants to share? Anybody?
I want to share something. Right
Okay.
now, for myself, I don't think I have any limiting belief,
Okay.
because maybe because of my experiences, because of people I've spoken with, like Coach
Right.
KP, like or because of things that have happened to me that I never believed that I could achieve or would happen to me, you
Right.
know. So even though I have goals for next, I have things, and I am looking at myself that, Bumi, you do not have the resources right now, you don't have it. I still see myself always, thinking
Aspiring and going forward.
and saying it's possible. When I get to that level, when it's time for me to this, that help will come. That help will come. Okay, so just like I want to buttress more about that. There's one course somebody showed me from UK, and they said is 25 pounds or be 50 pounds, and I'm like, money right now I cannot afford it. And I told her that I cannot afford it, but I will still give it a trial. And she said, "Oh, join the wait list." And I joined the wait list, I was hoping in my mind, like, okay, I believe I will take this course. Let me speak to this person UK. Oh, can you pay for this for me? And I talked to the person, and he said no, that only for now. He doesn't have for now. And like, I still did not give up. you know. And oh, this person that showed me the thing, I went to her. That so she said she doesn't have right now, but I should go and find out if this thing is closing. So if not closing and it's going to close month end, I should just give it to month end. And I said, okay, fine. So I have this friend I met in Ireland. Ireland. It's good to be good to people. This word is a very small word. And so I just started her that day. How is Ireland? How is everybody? How is your son and all? And she asked me, how is everything? And all. She said, oh, when I come back now, when I Ireland, I said, I'm looking for opportunities and all. And I told her that I even have one course I want to do. It's money. She said, how much is it? I told her. She said, okay, give me till Friday. I'm going to send the money to you. And I was shocked because this person, even though I know how we talk and all, I didn't expect that she could give me the money. The other person that gave me the link also came up with me, okay, I'm going to give you part of the money. And I put the two together and I was able to, you know. So that's why I'm saying that I don't think right now with what God is doing, the mind,
I
even
love
if I
it.
don't, my belief, oh my shell, is going to, even if it's to me, even if it's going to not going to happen, if I give myself 3 months, it does not happen in that 3 months. I believe that surely that day will come, that it will happen.
Amazing. I love it. But I want to go into the fact that we all have limiting beliefs at a different points. Every stage there's that limiting belief, and where you will find the limiting belief is your goal that you have. Maybe by the time you are taking the course, I don't know the kind of course it is, or you're working with a coach that gives you, that you show your goal to, and the coach will look at you like, why do you think you cannot achieve times 10 of this goal that you have in your hand? And then you will know that there's a limiting belief that made you set the kind of goal that you have set for 2025 in the first place. Because that goal that you set for 2025, somebody has set times 10 of that goal with your same capacity or even less. And they are going all out for it. Limiting beliefs makes us to stay and in a place where we believe that, in fact, I don't have limiting belief is a limiting belief. If I dare put it that way, it's a limiting belief that makes us feel like, oh, we are arriving. But I get where you are coming from. I know it's a place of, oh, my mind is expanding. I am going for it. I am going. Because in some instances, we'll get to a point where something is just, we're afraid of the kind of goal we are setting. Like, hey, am I sure I can do this? Hey, who sent me message? But you know what? I'm just going to throw myself at it. I'm just going to keep going, right? But those things they are very, that's why it's very important to have maybe like accountability coach who is very daring and will look at your thing and say, hey, this is your goal. What's your goal for next year? You want to make 100 million. Okay, I want you to times 5 it, or just times 2 it. And you're like, how will I do it? Then how will you do it will be the limiting, because there's something somewhere, that is holding us back. But once we push, there's always that part where we're like, I can reach this, but not yet. In fact, the reason why you will not have set like the goal you have now, maybe you have your 5 years goal. The reason why you make it a 5 years goal is because there's a limited belief about achieving that earlier, which I don't think is bad in itself, but there's always, I just don't want you to settle into the fact that, oh, I don't have any limiting belief. We all do at different points, especially it depends as the thing comes our way. But I love it for you. I love how your mind is working. I love how beautiful it is, especially if you say, oh, this course, I want to do it. I can do it. It's anything is possible for me. So either the money comes from a friend by the work that I do or a solution that I get. The limiting belief again in between that is knowing that you cannot earn, is thinking that maybe you cannot do something, earn the money by the work that you do in that short space of time. There's a little thing in there. I don't know what you do, right? So I might not be accurate. But one of the things in there, in that space is, oh, 5,000, I need $5,000 in 3 months. $5,000 in 3 months, $5,000 in 3 months. That's 1,000. That's like 1,750 in a month. How do I make this 1,750 in a month from my business? How can I make? So if my business does not give, you start thinking, you start processing it and processing it until the answer comes back. Because if you know, that's why people borrow. Because people, they believe that they cannot make that money. They will have to borrow and be paying it small later. That's one of the reasons why people borrow. They believe there's no other way. There's no alternative. This is the best I can do. There's the only way is to borrow. See, I used to be in that space where I'll be like, I need this. No. I have to. In fact, there's no way I can make that money before tomorrow. But trust me, there's another person who is thinking, I need to make 500,000 naira before tomorrow. And what can I do? Let me run an advert from the money that I have on my products. Let me call my suppliers. Let me call my customers. Let me write something on my Instagram. Let me post something on my status and see how many people I can push to buy my product tomorrow, so I can make 500,000. How many followers do I have? What can I do? The options in my head when I know I cannot borrow is different from the options in my head when I feel that I have somebody I can borrow from. The options are different. One option is, I can sow for this person, sow for that person, and then the money will come. I can call this person and call this person, and then the money will come. And then it's also the fact that you say, I grew up hearing, let's not lack anyone, which is one of the terrible things that has happened to us. It's a terrible belief. But see, the deliverance will come at some point when you are ready for it to come. And you tell yourself, I am not going to borrow. I am going to always have. If I need the money, there will be a way. And the way that you are thinking it will come, God will do his miraculous thing. Somebody gives you a contract and says, oh, we need to make this thing urgently. And then they pay you to go and make it. And you cash your profit to use it for that solution. But if your mind is on borrowing, because it's the belief that you have, that's what you will be getting. Okay? Now, I think that I saw Fumi Fashionista's hand.
Okay, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening. So I actually want to talk about, I know I have limiting belief, and it's really, really, really holding me back.
Okay, please, can you speak up?
Okay. Good evening. And is really, really holding me back. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay, it is in respect of my business. I have a physical store, and the physical store is choked now presently, as in there's no space.
Okay.
Because it's a small shop. But I have this belief that okay, what happened was that last year I changed my apartment to a bigger apartment, which is I actually intend getting so I got a 2-bedroom flat. So, but I still have the challenge of my store because it's still small. So I have this belief that if I now decide that I want to go and get a bigger shop now,
you'll not be able to pay for
it. I won't be able to pay for the two together because of the area I stay at Ogudu, and the rent is like crazy. So it's a very big challenge for me that okay, how can I combine these two rents? So come to 2025, even when I was writing my goal, when you write something that okay, get a bigger store, I still cancel it out that I can't accommodate these two rents because the cost of renting a 2-bedroom flat with the cost of getting a shop in Ogudu is like the same thing. And the cost of getting a 2-bedroom flat in Ogudu is not less than 1 million. So I can't,
what do
for
you
me to
sell,
get it, I sell, okay, majorly I sell men fabrics. So I also
Men
make
fabric.
men attires. Yes, I also make the kaftan attires for men too. So majorly I sell the fabric. So for people that now want me to make the attires for them, instead of buying the
Yeah.
fabric, I will make it for them. But come
Yeah.
2025, I want to have a kaftan that is ready to wear. That for people
Yeah.
that don't really want to buy the fabric and they don't have that time to wait.
So they just
So
buy
they
off
can
you.
they just buy off. So I need that
Mm.
space and it is a necessity for me.
And
But
you believe that
apart
you will
from
sell.
that, if I yes, I believe I will sell
Eh.
because it's part of the thing that was demand. Yes, it's part of the thing that people demanded for in this December, even though that thought has been in my mind even before December, and they've been coming around for it. So no, they didn't come around. It was this December that there was a demand for it because they don't have the time. Tailors are not really ready to. Even me, at a point I stopped taking. I said, you can only buy fabric. We can't make more attires for you because my tailor
Do
is
you have somebody that sells fabric that has a big shop
somebody that sells fabric.
and has a big shop?
I sell fabric. Then
I
apart
know.
from
Do
me
you know somebody?
that has a big shop that sells fabrics,
Yes.
my kind of fabrics,
Yes.
and my supplier, yes.
No, aside from Oshodi or Eko or all those places. Aside from
No,
supplier, somebody that retails like you.
no,
No, you don't know any. Okay, so let's
I
say
don't.
it's not your kind of fabric. You didn't know anybody that sell fabric on Ugudu Road
I
or
have in
even
Alakpere,
anywhere.
but not my kind of fabrics. I have in Alakpere, but not my kind of fabric.
Oh, and she sells very well. You are
To
not
an
sure.
extent, not too sure though.
This, you see how your beliefs are formed. They are formed. They are formed by the things that you see, the possibilities around you, the things that you can see. Basically, because that's why surrounding yourself with the kind of people is very important. The first shop that I knew, I said I was going to take a stop. I didn't want to shop in my life. I said, when I started, I wanted my organization to look like an organization, right? Even though I do tailoring, I didn't want a tailor shop. So I started with the mindset of I'm going to run my company like an organization, so I'm never getting a shop. And so I went ahead to say, so I was working from home and I was satisfied with that when I'm ready, I'm moving out into a flat that looks like a corporate organization. Again, that's the thing I believe because I have worked with somebody before that showed. See, when I was growing up, the tailors I saw all had shops, shop. It's always one concolo place. Either everybody is fighting for a space to stand, or there's chaos, or there's always one tontolo like that. And then I met this woman who had a flat where they are producing, and she has another store where she's selling, and it's different from our own house. I was like, okay, tell me something I don't know. And then I started meeting other people like that who were doing a lot of things and they are selling so well. And I'm like, this thing is possible. And I worked there and I knew how much we were making. So that shaped my belief, that shaped my image. I knew that, forget it. There's money in this place and there's a way to make it. All I need to do is to keep going. I just knew. And so when I was ready to move out of my house, it's now clothes I did so. In fact, people did not know where I was staying. At that time, people didn't know that there was a tailor there. I believe that I don't need a store to sell. And there was a tailor downstairs in the front of that house. The tailor was, in fact, she hardly gets job. And me, that I was inside the house, I don't have mannequin display. I don't have signboard. I don't have anything. People were always in my house. There was always this person bringing clothes or that person bringing clothes. And it just worked for me because it was a belief that was driving my life. I looked like, I go to places and people are like, oh, are you a designer? Are you an artist or something? Somehow, it's as if it just shows on me, right? And that's how I used to get clothes. I don't think that I think that your exposure is one of the things that is limiting your mind. And I understand the fear. I understand the fear you have right now of, oh, I cannot, what's the word? I am too, I'm trying to imagine, can I afford it?
I can't afford it.
Eh?
I can't, she's saying she can't afford it.
I can't afford it. Will I be able to pay? Ma, the question is, will you be able to pay? And I cannot answer that for you. Will you be able to pay? And that's why I asked you, are there people in your business? See, before I even started fashion at all, I used to go and Google the highest, how much people are earning in fashion. What's the biggest unicorn in fashion? Who is the biggest retailer in this? Who is the biggest retailer in that? In fact, it's not in Nigeria. I used to Google the world. The first time I knew I was going to own a company, what I said is that the minimum of staff I will have is 1,500. It was a lot in my head. I'm like, 1,500 staff in the name of Jesus. As I said, see, my business is going to grow that much, that we're going to have this number of people. When I began to actually get more exposure, I realized that one of the companies that I made a mentor has almost 200,000 employees. 200,000 employees. One human being, one like this, 200,000. Not 1,000, not 2,000, not 5,000, 200,000. And it's a fashion company. It's a fashion company. It's as far as your eyes can see. It's as far as it can see. Whatever you think is the truth, regardless of appearance. If you think you will be able to pay, you'll be able to pay. If you think you will not be able to pay, you will not be able to pay. But I want you to know that it is a lie that is in your head that you will not be able to pay because you are selling fabric. It is a lie. Because I know people, they started stocking this fabric because you think that you will be limited by the men's fabric you sell. You might open up that place and all of a sudden you start adding other fabrics. And then you are like, instead of, or the kaftan you said you want to, but your mind will pop open for solution. Instead of saying, I will not be able to pay, you are not thinking of, okay, what other thing will I now be selling in that store that will be covering up for the costs? What will I sell that will make, okay, I'll start selling this. I'll put my Instagram in it. I will make sure that I'm pushing my ad out. I will make sure that I'm selling, I'm pushing out content, and then I'm selling and the money is coming. You will not think like that. Because limiting belief is keeping you to think that it is not possible to sell fabric because you are not your supplier. And your supplier is in the market. Your supplier is in Oshodi. Your supplier is inside the co. And because you think these people are inside the market, that's why you are selling. That's a limiting belief. You believe it is location that is making them sell. That you cannot sell where you are. Sister Emileko and myself listen to the lady that sells bed sheets. She was in Uyo. And from Uyo, people used to order bed sheets a lot from Lagos. So many bed sheets from Lagos. That was why she decided to see, I'm going to Lagos. She moved herself to Lagos because she said a lot of people are customers. She said she will book all buses from Uyo to Lagos. Buses, she will book all the buses. She will book GIG, she will go to another and book them. She will go to Ugo and book them. All of them, her bed sheets will fool them. They will be shipping them to Lagos for her. Do you know how many bed sheet sellers are in Lagos? Do you know how many market in Yaba markets, in Oshodi, in Eko, people that are selling bed sheets? So many people in Ojuelegba. This girl, she's in Uyo. People used to come. She used to ship the clothes to Lagos from Uyo. You are in Lagos. She eventually moved to Lagos and she eventually bought a building. She has done hundreds of millions selling bed sheets. You, the clothes that somebody wants to wear and do shakara like this, and do shakara like this, you say you cannot sell and make that kind of money. But something that nobody, if I don't show you my bed, you don't even know the color of the bed sheets. You don't even know if I use bed sheets or not. Yet somebody is selling exceptionally in that field. You see where limiting belief tells to put us. And that's why what we expose our mind to is very, 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 very important. The people we have as mentors, the people that push it, the people that tell us what to do, they are very important because, see, you cannot just do beyond what you see, what you think. It is what you think that you will do. No matter, you cannot. That's why I really love that quote a lot. I remember the first time I heard it was from Pastor Sam Adeyemi. He said, you cannot your organization cannot outgrow who you are. That day I heard like, God. So when I'm looking at my organization, I'm like, hey, so this is the way I am like this. God, this is the way I am. Like, no, this is not the way I am. I want more. So I'm always like, so when I see something happening around me, and it says that it's as a result of your belief, of your thinking, I'm like, hey, God, what am I thinking that is making me stay in this place? I need it to drop off my body. Drop off. I don't want you again. And I begin to do what I will share next about after this exercise. That's the next thing I'm going to share about what we can do to start coming out of that space. Before I go to Sister Bukola Shere, I know that there's Mrs. Daudu wrote fear and procrastination. See, that one is just as a belief of who you think you are. That fear is like, I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. It's not my type they are looking for there. It's not my type. My English is not good enough. I'm not fine. I don't even know how to do makeup. See, I'm older than all of them. I'm too young among all of them. Their children went to university. Oh, me, it's even polytechnic I went to. All manner. Those are the things that will be playing in your head. And I want you to start listening to the things that come in your head. When you see somebody that is doing what you want to do, and you are giving yourself the reason why you are not doing it, I want you to pay attention and say, what do I believe about this person? Why do I think this person can do it and I cannot do it? And in most cases, for example, for somebody like you, it will be that I'm not good enough. I just don't think. I don't know if you want to share example of something that you know you want to. Maybe you believe I should be talking, I should be doing video, or I should be posting, or I should be selling my market. But you don't do it because you believe that it's small children that do it. It's not for people like me. Or share one with us. Share one with us. I want to hear you. Please unmute.
Yeah, thank you very much, Coach.
Yes.
We appreciate all you've been pouring out for us. Actually, I'm a salary earner. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
And there's a timeline that I put in place for when I want to start my retirement business plan and all that. And when you feel like I still have time, or do I have the time? Even if I want to start now, will the job I have at hand allow me to do it the way I'm supposed to do it? So let me leave it for now. In another next year, maybe following year,
And before you know
procrastinating.
it, you are 2 years to
Exactly.
retirement.
Exactly. So time is going. So the fear of, will I have the enough time to manage it the way I have to, that will not affect the job I have at hand now. And now thinking that, okay, there's still time. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. That's what I mean by that. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. And that kind of break my heart because it's like what happened to all of us. And the worst part is that when we look back, it's gone. We literally cannot have yesterday again. And then all of a sudden you wake up, you are like, how did I clock 45? Am I not the last born of our house again? Am I not the baby of the house yesterday? Oh God, no. All of a sudden we're at that age, and then we're looking at people and saying, That's the way life is. That's not the way life is. It is because something was driving it. And one of the things that has driven it for you is most likely the people that you saw. All around you, it might be that, oh, they don't do, it's when they retire, they now go into it. She's now selling something in this shop. She now owns a shop after she retired. You haven't seen somebody that did it too and did it well. You don't believe that, I can do it. You haven't really internalized the fact that you have the power to multifunction. Because, I don't know if you raised children while you were working. I don't know if you have other life you had that while you were working. You did those things, oh. Abi?
Oh,
you
you're
did
very
them.
right.
Aha.
Yes.
But you believe that ordinary business is difficult more than raising a human being. That you raise human being. That's why when women say that they are missing their single life, I say, you've forgotten that the person you are now is stronger than the person you were. That single person does not know anything, does not have the capacity. You pushed twins out of your stomach. You pushed a baby out of your stomach. You did every single thing. You breastfed. What kind of strength do you think you have? An amazing strength. You are so strong, but you don't remember that strength except it is for nursing baby. You don't remember that kind of strength that you used to get pregnant and deliver, you pushed. That kind of strength, you don't remember that you can use it to build a business. You don't remember that the same you who will be having heartburn like this, you will not be able to sleep. You push through. But because it's a baby, you believe that it is more important than it is easier than children. You raised children. I don't know how many of them you did. You marry husband, you gave him food, oh. You were doing that. You were doing married life and raising children, and you had 9 to 5 and you went to work. See, I went to speak to some retirees, and one of the things that I took away from that place is that what we regret in life is what we don't do, not what we do. It's what we don't do. They said the best time to plant a seed was 20 years ago, Abi. The next best time is now. Oh yeah, what business are we doing, 2025, as the thought is coming, you don't have the time. You say, tell it no. A mini, like, I'm sorry if you don't speak Yoruba here. It is me. I have done things that are magical than doing a business. I have gotten pregnant and carried people in this stomach, in this body of mine, and I was still doing other things. It was difficult, yes, but did I do it? Yes. If I have done it, because there's always something you have done. If you remember the Bible, the guy was saying that David was telling the king, he said, something bear came after my father's thing. I fought it. I ran after it and I fought it. He said, I killed this. I did that. You have to remind yourself every single time that I have done this. I have done things before. I got promotion on this job. It's me now. It's me. You cannot make me feel small. It's me. No matter how small the success that you have achieved, recount it to yourself. Recount it to yourself. My husband wanted to do something one day. He was saying that, he said he just remember how I told a customer, how I spoke to a customer one day, and he said, if Jumoke can do it, I can do it. Because he remember how I spoke to my customer. Because I have never done the thing the customer brought my way before. I have never done it before. When she came, she said, can you do it? I said, yes, we can. We have this in this place. I do not have a factory at that time. She was my first ever client that came to me as a factory, as a ready-to-wear business brand. And I was already thinking about it. And you know, the beautiful thing about God is, once you are processing that thing in your mind, God is already bringing people. It will be arranging that thing will come. And that thing will now come. You now want to damage it with your limiting belief. But once the faith is strong enough, you will pull it in. You will not even have to make effort. See, people that will help you build that business, they are somewhere now. They are waiting. People that will earn salary. The children that will go to school because you start business. Somebody that will eat better because you start business. They are sleeping. They are sleeping. They are not eating well. This Christmas now, they did not have enough money because you have not started that business. You see how you are holding people back? You're holding people back because the people that will help you, they are there sitting. And this is how we all affect ourselves. The people that I will send to, that their children will go to school, they are there. They will not have salary because there's no job. Because Mrs. Dahodu, that God has given the capacity and thoughts and said, start this business, she has refused to move. Disobedience to God, you know, but I know that feeling, you know, but you know the way David used to go and pray and say, God, help me, give me the grace. And after he says it, he will stand up and then go. That's what we need to do now. Sister Remilekun, Mrs. Oluyomi Aderonke, she has to. All of us here are the accountability partner. This first quarter, that business has to start.
We have an accountability group. They are not maximizing it.
So this time that we are saying it now, this now, oh yeah, it's a new year. It has to start. Ma, what business are you starting? Tell us.
Thank you very much. I've been in catfish farming before, which I know that I can do better.
Okay, ma'am.
My desire now is to enlarge it such that it's something I can sell outside the country. So that is what I'm looking for right now.
You want to be any dollar, and you are, and that one going is not pushing you enough, ma. Excuse me, ma. Oh my God. Do you know the
Let me
market
say
that is
something.
waiting for you?
Yeah, I want to say something. You see what you just mentioned now? I have somebody that is waiting that I'm going to connect you with in the UK. This is what this person was doing in Nigeria before he left. Yes. In
He has
fact,
left the country.
this night, I am going to connect you with him, and he's going to push you to
Thank
start
you.
doing that.
Thank you.
And you can be sending it to
Thank
him. I don't even know the,
Wow.
yeah.
See,
Thank
the
you very
limiting
much,
belief
sis.
that we don't have
Thank
what it
you
is.
very
See,
much.
you have one connection in Obodo Ibo just here. Just
Just like that.
on that group. Just on that group,
Thank
waiting
you.
for you.
Thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you very much.
Ah,
You really hit
by
my
March like this, we want to be hearing that, we started with 100, we are now doing 1,000, we are now doing 3,000. That's what we are started sending 1,000 to US. We are started sending 3,000 to the UK. That's what we are looking for right now. Before we know it, in 5 years time, you are loading container. Your children are
yes,
inheriting something. They are like, I am leaving legacy for my children. You are loading a whole container that is shipping your fish out of Nigeria. In the name of Jesus, we receive what you have given to us tonight, God.
be. So shall it be. Thank you,
Yes.
sis.
You're welcome, ma. Mrs. Ashere.
We can't deny that fact. Moving to a different location, I would say one of the things that I feared the most was, because I've been in the UK before, and then you hear people, mostly maybe people you surround yourself with, when you first do some dirty jobs before just get something. And let me tell you, I can't do it. I don't have to rent for it. I don't even know. And so that lesson gives me fear to say I want to move. And so when this of moving came, I've already started imagining all the kind of job that could be done and all that. So I wasn't looking forward to it. And I wasn't looking forward to it. And also it depends on the community where you find yourself. And so even when you move here, you just realize that almost everybody do like some certain kind of job. Like this and this and this. And I remember that even my mother-in-law said, she said, are you going to do nursing? No, I can't do nursing. I can't see blood. I'm not a blood person. And you don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know. They have money there. I say it's about job satisfaction for me.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. And then so Yeah, and I got with the baby and everything. But what I'm trying to say is, recently I've been meeting people that yes, they did it. So we now see that there are different things you can do rather than that. So even there are some online remote jobs. You can do customer service, and all you have to do is take some, and then maybe know some people and all that. So I think sometimes also limiting factors has to do with the kind of thing you hear and the what people say around you. And so that was what was really giving fear. But at the moment, I think what I'm dealing with is, you can see my weight. When I'm pregnant like this, I'm always going out of range. And one thing, I'm not always comfortable with how I look. So I'm not always comfortable with how I look. Like even going to church on Sunday, I try to dread it a lot, but I realized that they have big belly, all of them have big belly. So I'm not the only one that has big belly. So, but I don't want to be.
You're in good company.
But even when I ordered some clothes from home that is like size 14, I know I am not near that, but I know that this is my fourth baby. I've done it before. I can do it again. But the only thing that is totally scaring me is this weight is outrageously outrageous. As in, this one is big. This is the biggest I've been in my life. I thought the last one was the biggest. This is the biggest I've been in my life. And it's really limiting me, because I remember Coach Yemi say, we call me, buzz me day and night. Let's do YouTube. And I said, I can't put my face out. And she'll be like, I can't. Like, I don't know, but I have this thing about the way I look. And this is not the way I want to be looking. I don't want to look at this video in the next 1-2 years and be saying, what? So, so it's really putting me in that space of, I don't know. I know I want to do YouTube. I know I want to do that, but I don't want this. This thing you're looking is because we are inside. Even when I do, then I'll just do excuse of I'm busy, the baby, I'm very, I can't come here. So I think you hardly see my face out. I don't feel comfortable in the fat skin. Let's be real. So
but the discomfort will not even allow, we make it take longer to do the
yeah, and
work.
because this is my fourth C-session, because I'm seeing a dietitian next week, and I'm seeing a physical therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had some health challenges alongside. But one of the things because even when they referred me, because I kept saying, I can't take this way, I can't take this way. I don't want anybody to come and say I have mental health issue because this thing is getting. But I'm not saying myself, and I think it's holding me back because I can't see myself out there with this body.
So
Yeah.
if you don't see the body, it's also a belief that, what if, see, there's something playing in the background of this mind, right? That is the reason why. So you are judging yourself, number one, by your looks. So you are judging your capacity to impact life by your look, by how you look. So I don't understand. I'm trying to imagine. So for me, usually when I get pregnant, I lose weight like drastically, right? And I just balance out when I'm literally giving birth. It's just so I'm usually like in that space. Now, recently, I recently did a photo shoot and I feel fat in those pictures. I feel fat in the pictures. And I look at the pictures, I'm like, So I wrote, I don't like my weight right now. I will do something about it. That's one of the number. That's the first thing I wrote. I'm like, I do not like my weight right now. I will do something about it because I have the capacity to do something about it. And you know what's going to be beautiful is that it is going to be inspiring by the time that I put my picture out there next year and I am slimmer than the way I am right now. What is going to be inspiring, you are going to inspire people more, is that, oh, I did a video, look at the way I look in that video. In fact, that will make a YouTube video. That I was once fat. After I had my fourth child, do you see how the power of my mind helped me to reshape my life, my body? Do you see how this one? And then it becomes another content for you that will inspire other people. One of the things that you have to do is to look at, because again, number one, you have to love this body that you have. If you hate the body, you will not be able to change it. It will not work. Because you hate the body, you will not be able to do the work. But you love the body. And one of the things that will have to first happen is for you to see yourself as the person that you want to be. You want to be able to see that person. If not, you will be struggling. You will start a meal plan today. You will stop it tomorrow. You will start exercise. You will stop it again. You will start, because you haven't been able to see yourself as that person. And number one, you have to first accept who you are right now. The acceptance has to be there. That, oh, I accept this person. This is what Bukola is right now. I am like this, and it's okay. Because do you know what this body just went through? You're not kind to that body. You're not just being kind to that body. So you're going to have to start saying a lot of good things about this body. You're going to have to start talking. You're going to have to start saying amazing things about this body. This same body that has done four amazing jobs. There has to be, first of all, be so much love for this body, for the work that this body has done. You have to be able to stand naked in front of the mirror and say, well done. Well done. You and I have done amazing. Look at you. Look at how big you have become. You stretched. I talk to my body. I'm sorry if it is strange. You look at that stomach, you will carry it, you stretched. You stretch, you really stretch. But we have to walk it back together. We have to go back to a place that makes me feel comfortable. We have to go back, okay? But I love you. I love you. I accept what you have got. You're going to have to be looking at yourself in the mirror like this and talk to yourself. Some days when my mind is rumbling and I stand in front of the mirror and I look intently at myself and I say, what do you want? And I literally hear what I want. I hear what my inner being wants. I hear it. Because I silence every noise. And I say, you and I, baby, tell me, what do you want? And then I know, it's as if something just punched your heart. And I just hear. And I'm like, well done. Sometimes I stay and I'm like, well done. Easy to do 4 CS. Easy to have a child at your age. Easy. You've done it. This body, you carry, the way, oh God, there's a way I psych myself. Like one woman army. Do you know what you've done? You shake that belly and say, let's do it again. The way we've done it before. We have become big before and we have lost it. This is the first time you're having a 4th child. So this is the first time you are going to get bigger, as much as big as you are. This is the first time. So it's okay. There's nothing bad about it. When I'm trying to control my feeding and I'm not able to control it, maybe I'm eating and I'm like, I go to the mirror and say, babe, why are you overeating? Why are you overeating? What do you want? I go and talk to the person in the mirror. I'm like, what do you want, baby girl? And the girl is talking back to me like, it's because your mind is foggy. It's because you need to chill out. You are doing like this because you're not moving enough. You're not moving enough, so you need to move. And then I speak to myself again. Olajumoke, the merchant of merchants. It's you now. You do this. And I just hail myself. I just go on and on and on. And I have my I am messages on my phone that I read to myself. I have done wonders before. I can do wonders again. The people that are doing this thing, they don't have 2 heads. Are you as big as Shredder Gang before? Are you as big as what's the name of this lady? Dams, something Dams. As she was before? You are not. You're not even as big
I
as
am almost 100 kg. Yeah, 100 kg.
100 kg. I have my friend was maybe 130, 137 kg. Now she's at 82 from 137 kg. 137 ma. At 82, that's over 20 kg, over 50 kg that
Oh,
she lost.
yeah.
Yes, more than 50 kg. That's literally removing almost all of me from her body. People have increased in weight and they have lost weight, and you are not going to be an exception. But until you find the comfort first, because you know what? Shame is very low. Shame is the lowest part of the energy cadre. Shame is the lowest part, and shame does not kill people. It kills destiny. Fear it is fear that kills people. Shame kills destiny. Shame will make you not go out. Shame will make you not to produce the life, to live the life that God has given to you. Shame. And then what's the shame? That you are big. Imagine, so just imagine standing before God, and God said, I sent one of my children was waiting for an answer in 2025, and I put that answer in your mouth, but you did not deliver because you said you were too big. How do you want to tell God that I was ashamed? I was ashamed to stand in front of mirror. No, just imagine that you are in front of God, because it is unfair when we're supposed to be doing something and we don't do it. We don't know that somebody is having sleepless nights. Somebody's life is troubled because you refuse to step into your purpose because of facts. No, let's think about it, because I'm thinking about it now and it's aching me, because I'm like, okay, wait. So you're going to stand before God and say, because of facts, because I don't want to look back and feel, so give me time, God, give me time. And somebody is about to actually kill themselves because they've not heard from you. Somebody is about to take a wrong step because you have refused to speak to them. Somebody somewhere, right? Their life is holding back because you refuse to stand in purpose. I like your limiting belief a lot. I like it because it's very powerful. It's a very powerful thing to tell God, to report to Father that, Daddy, I'm sorry I was fat. I was fat and it was your fault. You gave me a child. And the child had death in my body.
Oh, that's it.
You gave me a child. The child made me big. So that's why I couldn't deliver your job. You know, when you open the camera, I was going to talk about how beautiful and fresh you look. I'm like, look at you.
It's so
Look
cute.
at you. You look like a chummy bread. Like you look so edible. And then this person is saying, I don't like this that I am seeing. I don't like what I see, but I am going to do something about it. But while I wait to do something about it, you're not going to stop me. Fat, stop me. It's for me, Sha. It is this thing. I will report to God. God, I'm sorry. It's not even that the husband you gave me. It's not, that one is, hey, God. Maybe we were blaming Adam that he says, it's the wife that you gave me. See what you are saying now. It's because you gave me a child and she made me big. That's why I could not live in purpose. I'm sorry. No, judge the matter, ma. Sister Bukola, help me judge that matter. So just imagine yourself as the God, and then I come to you to say that to you. You are going to, in the bathroom, wherever the mirror is, you're going to remove your clothes and look at that body. You know, there was a time that I was feeling unbeautiful, unsexy. Ah, God, that face was very funny. And it's usually maybe after childbirth. I think it was after my second child or something. Maybe between, maybe the first, maybe the second, because I had them like very closely. And there was one time I was feeling very, and I'm like, why do I look like this? And I just mentioned to one of my friends, which is why it's very important to, I took a picture of myself in bikini and I sent it to her and I said, look, I look at, I don't see my stomach. She said, your stomach is not big, you are slouching. Oh, I look at the picture, I'm like, oh my God, it's true. I've started doing like this. Every time you see me, it's like this, I will sit. My shoulder will come forward. And then, because I'm trying for you not to see my stomach. Because that's where all of my head is in the fact that my stomach is big. And so I said, eh. So I stood up straight again. And then I took the picture in front of the mirror. And she said, look at how you look. Just stand straight. You see that you look better. And I just like that, until I felt better about myself, I could not work on my body weight. And immediately I started looking, I started to picture myself wearing crop tops. I love crop tops a lot. So I was just imagining myself wearing crop tops and showing my skimpy waistline. And I'm like, hey, dear mother, I am coming. Just give me a little time. And that was when I lost a lot of weight. I lost weight, I trimmed back, and now I'm like, oh, I've added weight. It's not that I'm so big, I just want to, less than 10 kg is what I want to remove from this body. Even at that, once I'm getting to that point, I'll be looking very skinny, but I like it. Because you know what, there's a goal of where we are going to, but that cannot be the limiting thing. That cannot limit me. Imagine me doing photo shoot and say, I will not post the picture because I look fat in the picture. Is it your fat? Wait, is it even you or the people that you think are going to see your picture and judge you? Because it's not really about you. It's about what you think people will say about you. And you know what? Whatever you think they say is what they will say. Me, when I saw you, I first said you are beautiful. Now that you have said that you are fat, I began to see the fat because that was what you said.
Exactly.
I did not see it before. I was like, oh, she looks so fresh and so chummy. The next thing you started talking, I'm like, okay. It's like she's fat or true. I started to see
We did
it.
not see before. She
I
made
did not
us.
see it before, but she showed me. And now I can see it. It's because of what you think people will think. So you are using people to hold yourself. No, you actually know better, of course, because I know you are a coach, so you know so much.
I don't think I'm using people. I think I'm just okay. Maybe I'm using people, but I don't know. Maybe it's just
you know something you don't know.
it's not even my husband, but I think it's just something that is
In your consciousness.
background. Yeah, in my consciousness. In my consciousness. Yeah,
Me,
and the fact that I'm having a lot of pains in my body, and the fact that I'm also told that give it some time. You can't rush to do anything.
give you
So
time. So
you
how
can't
long
rush
are we
to
going to
do.
wait now before we enter purpose? We're going
So
to give it time. We're going to give purpose time with weight. When you are going to carry camera, and do all the things that you have to do, because you are going to give yourself time. You are going to show kindness to yourself. You're going to show yourself a lot of kindness. You are feeling pain in your body. You feel a certain, you have stretched yourself. You not only move location, you had a baby in between. You are not kind to yourself. You're just not being kind to yourself. I'm kind to me. Oh. A lot of times I'm looking at the girl, I'm like, Pele, call me. I'm greeting myself. Oh. I'm looking at myself and I'm like, Pele, call me. Pele, don't worry, you'll be okay. Emi fúnra mi ni mò ń kíra mi bẹ́ẹ̀. You have to be kind to yourself. Number one, you first, maybe when you the first thing is just see, you will know what to say when you are when you are in front of a mirror. You will know what to say. Because when you say, you are going to be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I feel you are unworthy. Sometimes I look at myself like that and I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry I feel you are unworthy to be shown to the world. I'm sorry that I am unkind to you. I'm sorry that I make you feel like you are not good enough. You are enough. You are beautiful. Look at you. Look at you. Just look at you like butter. And then I'm going to go from there and psych myself up. But number one, your inner being has to know that you don't resent her. Because you resent this person right now. And there's only so much we can do when we don't like who we are. Like there's only so much. How can you not like who you are? How? This you. No, it's actually, so for me too, when I was saying I added weight, in fact, I used to hide from my husband to dress up.
Yeah.
It was a different thing that was in his head. Baba know they see, they even think anything where they think. Me, I was thinking, oh, my breast is not looking as hot as it used to. Yeah, this girl has sucked my breast. But nonsense. Me and my fat and my big belly, we dance. When I started dancing with the big belly a lot and enjoying myself, and then the joy began to well up in my heart. And now we are here today, where I'm super proud of who I am. No matter how big I get, I show myself. In fact, when I'm beginning to get shy of seeing myself in the mirror is when I go to the mirror, because I know that is a trick to start a journey of me feeling unacceptable of myself. If I don't accept me, who will accept me? You think you will love me more than I am? It's not possible now. Even my husband will not. Even my children will not. Because mommy hates herself. Mommy will show it to the children. Mommy will not even be able to have good sex because mommy will begin to think that she's not attracted to her husband. And then again, so one singular thinking is affecting the people that you're supposed to impact their lives. It's affecting your marriage. It's affecting your children. Sorry, I'm overflogging this matter.
I know it touched your heart because it's me.
It touched my heart because it pain. Let me quickly rush through these last lines.
Thank you so much.
Forgive me that I stayed so long on that.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So you're welcome. The power of empowering beliefs, shaping better reality. This is like our last leg. So here are the examples, right? It's like the things that we have said. I am capable of learning and growing. Challenges are opportunities in disguise. This my fact is a content for me. Is a thing for me to say, I did that. Starting at 2 years to retirement is a good thing. I'll be able to inspire a lot of people that, see, I did it. You can also do it. I'll be able to help more people. I'll be able to inspire them I'll be able to share my story that start early, start on time. I'll be able to do that. So they are all disguised, right? I am deserving of happiness and success. I'm deserving of happiness and success. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I will not be happy. I might not be successful. So I need to, because I'm deserving of happiness, I will keep going. Okay? Now, you have to replace the limiting beliefs with an empowering belief. All the limiting beliefs that we have said, just write the opposite of those things. All the things you have said about yourself. I am fat. I am too fat for me to be seen. This is the time for the world to see me because I am who I want to be. This is still me, right? So all the things that you have written, that you might have written that I don't know about yourself, write it, share it, write it and put it out there. I am this, write the opposite. I can do anything. I am productive, right? What the scientists tell us about our brain is that our brain has the capacity to move, to expand, right? The brain rewires itself. It's on repeated beliefs and thoughts. So our brain is like a plastic bottle, or let me not use plastic bottle. Let me see what I can use. Like a gum. something that you can chew, something, if you chew gum, you can make it into different form. You can do a balloon with it. You can do different things with this something malleable. That's what it is. There's placebo effects believes that how beliefs can impact our physical health. That's also in the brain, right? At the same time, there's something called cognitive dissonance, where we subconsciously adjust behavior to align with our belief, right? And in that case is this when you have said something to yourself so much, because once you are saying something to yourself, you are rewiring your brain. You are rewiring your brain. You know, that thing is a fight. And I'll cite an example to you. I remember there was a time that that thing I was saying to you about money, I told myself that I was not going to borrow money from anybody again, that I was never going to borrow money. So there was this day I really, 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 really needed money. And I was like, I needed to balance money. I think I needed 2 million and I needed like 200,000 to balance it. And I'm like, 200,000, just call this person to give you 200,000. Just call this person. And I was telling myself, in that same breath, I was saying to myself, I require no aid or support. I require no aid or support. I have all that I need. I have all that I need. I require no aid or support. I said it to myself so much until I stopped hearing, call this person. I said it to myself so much. My heart will curse, your 2 million is not complete. And I'll be like, ooh, my God is more than 200,000. I can have the money. If I have 1.8, I can have 200. If I do this, you say it to yourself until your brain, and as you are saying it, what the scientists have told us is that our brain is moving. Is removing from where it used to be, is moving, is shifting, until you will go and believe what you are saying about yourself. And that's one thing I want us to be doing. That's one thing I want you to write and start to do. Write it about your belief. If you believe that you are not enough, write, I am enough. And then put some of the things that you have done, put it there and say it to yourself again and again, because you know what? There is nobody that can push you. There is no accountability thing. There is nothing that can push you if your limiting belief is disturbing. You cannot outgrow your belief in your head. That's why you will start something, you will do 3 days, you will stop. The reason is because you have not become that person. And the answer is you have to become that person first before you can manifest it. You have to become that person first in your head, in your consciousness, before it can show on the outside. There is no two way about it. Willpower cannot do it. Willpower cannot do it. The way they said, oh, you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot make the horse drink water. That's it. So our brain is malleable. Our brain is really, really malleable, and we can reprogram it with new beliefs by the things that we say, by the way that we say it, by how consistent we are saying it. When you're about to get angry, maybe you're somebody that is always getting angry, and when you get angry, you're always saying different things. As you're about to get angry like this, just be saying things that, no, I am soft spoken. I say the right things. I do not, just be saying the things that you want to see. But you have to be present enough with yourself to know that this is what is happening to me right now. This is what I need to do about it. This is what is happening to me right now. This is what I need to do about it. Most of the problem is awareness. We don't even know that we have limiting belief, that we are thinking nonsense, right? So we have said that identify the limiting belief, write them down, then challenge the limiting belief. Number one, ask, is this really true? Is this really true that I am not fine because I'm fat? Is it really, really true? Are you sure that I cannot speak in front of people, that I am unworthy because I have added weight? That I cannot do business? Is it really true that I cannot make a rent? I cannot make 1.5 million in a year to pay rent on Ogudu Road? Is it really true? Okay, have I done an amount like that before? What is one thing that you have achieved before, even if it's not 1.5 million? Then replace with empowering beliefs. Create affirmations that align with your desired reality. See, one part of affirmation is you can be writing affirmations, right? And your affirmation is not working for you because you just wrote affirmation, because you just wrote it. How to write affirmation that works is by writing it with your belief. So number one, you need to know what you are believing, what limitation you have in your belief system, and then you now think, okay, what is the opposite of this limitation? And then that's what you write affirmation with. That's what you write affirmation to conquer. And then that's what you now say to yourself over and over and over and over again. You start, you stop again. The day you remember, you start it again. Plaster the affirmation to the places where you can see it. I have the capacity to influence the world. Meaning, like, call yourself different things. Practice new beliefs daily through visualization, repetition, and action. Practice it, repeat it to yourself. Imagine yourself speaking to people. Imagine people listening to you. Imagine yourself doing your business. Mrs. Oluyomi should just imagine herself shipping things abroad. She just imagine a fish farming expanding. Is it going to come with challenges? Yes. But will you be able to do it? Yes. Seek for evidence. Look for proof to reinforce the empowering beliefs. Look, who has done it before? Who is doing it? Go and look for the people in your field who are doing amazing things. Go and look for them. Go and search for the fish farming, the biggest fish farming in Nigeria. Go and look for something. Don't carry their, how did they start? I don't have the money for that. Don't carry all of that. All you need is, are they doing it? That's all you need. Are they doing it? If they are doing it, then you too, you can do it. Right? So seek for evidence to push that thing. And then I want you to create one affirmation based on belief that you want to adopt. Right now, I want you to create one affirmation right now based on a new belief that you want to adopt. You know, Oluwabumi can say, I have no limit. There's no limitation to me. I expand beyond borders. And as you are saying those things, maybe it begins to give you idea, insight into what you want to do. Like, you might already believe that, oh, you are, well, like, I am limitless. Where's the limitation that your head has been before? Okay, then let's break that ceiling and shatter it. And then Elizabeth is saying, oh, I do not know whatever limitation it is. You are writing it, you are shattering it, you are moving. I am beautiful, I am awesome. I am somebody that people are looking forward to. People can't wait to listen to me because my words settles on them. As I speak, people listen. There are some things you believe about yourself right now that it happens to you. It just happens. From when I was young, is when they used to call me a community person. They'll be like, you are a community person. And there's no community I try to create that people are not there. People gather. And I'm like, yeah, it's something that I know about me. That people just gather. You know, when you're like, let's just play. Before you know it, it has become a big deal. People are just gathering like, people are here already. I believe that about myself. And it's a fulfilling prophecy because it happens to me. Okay, so now I started to example of Oprah Winfrey here, how she believed in her potential despite a tough upbringing. She had a very, very tough upbringing. She believed in herself, and look where she is. You know, a student went from I'm bad in mathematics to excelling and changing her belief. You know, by changing her belief. So you have to be able to change your belief. I can do business. I can do business. I was trying to share a story to the Fumi Fashionista earlier. Where I moved from being in the house to going to renting a flat that was 250K. And then, of course, I moved from that one to a place that was paying millions. From 250,000 to millions. You can imagine the stretch. Initially, I was like, hey, 250,000. Then this one. But see, I'm there now, and I've been there for years. It can happen, and you will pay. And you know what? If your head is telling you, you will not be able to pay. Say, oh, it's okay. When I get there,
And you should
I
say
will
the part
cross it.
where you are buying that building. You should say the part where you are buying that building.
Yeah, that's the next goal. The next goal is to buy the building. The next goal is to buy the building, because again, we have moved. Right now, after we have paid the millions, is to buy the building. And after you are done, go and buy the land, more land, expand to the right, expand to the left. Do like Daystar, buy the whole street. Okay. And here is a recap of all that we have done today. Our beliefs act as filters for how we see the world. Limiting beliefs keeps us stuck. Empowering beliefs propel us forward. Changing your beliefs can change your thoughts, actions, and outcomes. Reprogramming beliefs takes intention. It takes practice. Don't say, I forgot to say my affirmation today, so because of that, you stop tomorrow. You will continue. When you remember, pick it up again. When you remember, just pick it up again. You plan to start exercise. You exercise today, you forgot tomorrow. Pick it up again as soon as you remember. Just pick it up again, okay? Then, so you have to, but one thing is very important is that you have to identify your belief. You have to start identifying your beliefs. Oh, what's my belief about this? And then how can I stop it? What's my belief about this? And how can I stop it? What can I do differently that will stop all these things that I'm thinking in my head? How can I have a different 2025? 2025 that will not be like the 2025 I used to have because of my thinking. How can I do that? Things going to change for me. You then begin to say it. If the habit of my 2020 cannot enter 2025 with me, I have to start talking about it, that I am an intentional person. I do the right things at the right time. I am somebody that people want to be like. And because people want to be like me, I act right. I behave well because I'm a leader. You cannot call yourself those things and be behaving anyhow. You will say it so much that your brain will begin to believe it. I don't go out with a rumpled clothes. It cannot happen to me, like, because I so much believe in how I look. Like, no, I can't be seen in some things. I can't just be seen in some things. So even on the days that I just want to stroll out, I'm wearing something nice enough, because I believe that, Irini sí níṣe ni lọ́jọ́, how did they say it in Yoruba? It's how you see me, you address me, and I don't want anybody addressing me anyhow. So I'm going to carry myself well. I'll enter a place, and the way I talk, people are going to listen. And that's why people go to places and then they are talking and they're saying, hello, sir, excuse me, and they don't pick you. They don't pick you because you don't even believe in yourself enough. You don't exude that confidence. But when you have a question and you raise your hand, you won't even have to say, hey, because you will even raise that hand with confidence, number one. And then you don't have to say, it's me. They will just point at you because there's an energy vibration that has signaled to them that this person is worth listening to. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Can we just say thank you to see
Thank
in
you.
the
Thank you.
Mute yourself.
Thank you.
Thank
You are
you.
God.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
I thought we were going to do one hour.
Going to be the same. Olamipos Isheyola, we want to say a very thank you to you tonight's session. Indeed, it is a mind reshaping session that you have had with us. And honestly, if there's anything that I love about you is the fact that, that was the first opening statement that you started saying about the fact that the people that you surround yourself with, who are they? Because they shape your belief. Honestly, this is not the same Remy this was not 5 years ago, Remy. I know that a lot has really changed about me. In fact, this is not the childhood Remy that people know. Now, let me bust your bubble, because you see that Mrs. Dawodu that you saw. We grew together in the same place.
Wow.
Like, literally know my childhood.
Wow.
Like how I grew up. I call her Auntie Yomi. She was my, she's still my big sister actually. And you see how Facebook, in fact, it is Facebook that brought us together.
Wow.
I think she saw me on Facebook, or I saw her on Facebook. I added her as a friend. And I said, this is Auntie Yomi. And I must say that this is not the Auntie Yomi that I knew when I was growing up. A lot has really changed. And I can own this to the circle that we all belong to. It has a way of shaping us. See, you see, when Olufumi was talking the other time, I said, this lady, the way I wanted to say, I said, she's still thinking locally. Like, Olufumi does amazing things on Instagram. Now, when you see her talking like this, if you see her videos, you won't even believe that this is Olufumi rather. She's so vocal. When she's doing her business, she's a different person entirely. So she can't even be talking like this. She's going to make some money. She's going to make that money. Now, let me tell you something that later this year. So I remember that I shared a voice note with them in the community. And I said, there is a goal I had in mind this year for KP. And I said, I am just some millions, away from that goal. I am sitting down tonight. I am telling you that I have achieved.
Whoa.
I am telling you.
Wow.
I was telling them in the group, I said, do you know that we still have few days left in this year? And let me tell you, it was just one client that made me to cross this. And so when Olami Posi was saying that, what do you believe? Now, let me tell you, do you know that even when I was sharing that thing with you, let me be vulnerable with you. Do you know when I was sharing with you, when I was saying, we still have some few days left in this year and you can still achieve what you want to achieve. Even me, in my small mind, I was like, hey, 4 million, where will you even see that 4 million? I said it after I dropped that voice note. But I picked myself, I said, that 4 million. I said, that man that is going to approach me, that the web has been helping me to talk about what I need to offer. I said, that man is going to come back. Now, we're not telling that man, he said, sir, are you not going to do this thing again? The man did not even respond to the wife. All of a sudden, this thing I'm telling you just happened about 4 days ago. That was why you have not even seen me. I said I am resting, but I am doing some work. I am not throwing it open. This man back to back. I even did delivery to a client. You know when you deliver one item and a client and you are telling the client that it is 18 point something kg and it's going to worth 100 and something thousand. The client says, you know what, just get it done. Like that, those are my clients. When you see them, you will know. When you see them, you will know. See, I am going into 2025 with fire. Hey, there were things that Olami Kopsi has, impacted me to do in this 2024 that I just know that in 2025, honestly, I cannot fall her hand. I cannot even fall God's hand. Because Olami Kopsi is somebody that you say, this is my God. She will say, what is this that you have written? You will do times 100. Do you have people like that? Do you have people like, and in your own, you still be thinking, this thing that I've written is bam. You will show Olami because she'll say, who even told you are doing locally? You are doing international stuff. See how she has, shattered a lot of things tonight. See, Auntie Yomi, in fact, 2025, I'm going to be on your matter. I did not even know that this is what you want to do. And that man has even been saying, Remy, if you have anybody that just wants to bring stuff into UK, just let me know. I mean, I don't even have stuff. I don't even know that somebody in my community even have stuff. You see where they said a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Thank you tonight, Olamikosi. The Lord bless you. We are returning next year, 2025. Things will just be jamming themselves in that community. Elizabeth will say, hey, Sister Remy, you see this thing that I want to do, I have done it. Olubumi will say, I have finally traveled. A lot of amazing things will begin to happen. You see that truck that she said, that is how you will be taking your stuff to America. I am telling you. And there was something that she said that really resonated so much with me. She said, if you have the energy to bring forth a whole human being, and you cannot now channel that energy into something that will be beneficial to you, that thing hits me. It was like, wish. Do you know the capacity that you have? Some of us here, some people have 4 children. You only think that 4 children is only to raise them. You will not now channel it into your own thing. See, 2025, let me see, you are looking at me. You must become that thing. We are all going to make God proud in 2025. Please, let's channel that energy that we are using to raise our kids. That thing hits me. I don't know how it's resonating with you, but the thing hits me. Do you know what it means? I was just watching Yemisi. She was putting this one here, putting the other one there, and she's on this call. That same energy, you're going to put it on yourself.
Yeah.
On yourself in 2025, Yemisi. You are going to channel that energy to yourself. Let them say you are selfish. You are selfish. Oh. Please, I want you to be selfish for yourself in 2025. Everybody hearing me, be selfish for once. Let them say it is everything about you. Yes, it is. It is everything about you in 2025. And don't joke with collaboration. Relationship, is one of the things that I've said. And Auntie Yomi, this is coming to you. This is actually coming to you. Like partnership. And it's going to spur you on. You can't imagine it. You are coming back to December, and you have to say, just that talk that we had, though, hey, amazing things happening. And it is going to be for everyone. So Olufumi, you are going to have that, you are going to rent that apartment. You will now times 10 your energy on Instagram now. You see? And it will bring forth, because for me too, if I can achieve what I've achieved this year, no, 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 no. No limiting beliefs any longer. Nothing is going to stop us. Nothing. We are forced to reckon with in this, community. We might be small, but we are going places. Do you see? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Olamekosi. God bless you. Thank
There
you
was
so
one
much.
last thing I wanted to say. And so as it crossed my mind, I said, being able to believe the opposite of what you see is very hard. It's very, very hard. It's like the hardest job anybody will ever do. The hardest thing is to believe the opposite when what you can see is But you see, the Bible says that let the weak says, I am strong. Let the weak says I am strong, yeah. Let the poor says I am rich. You, in the face of I am not good, when that thing is coming, I'm not good enough, you have to be able to say it so much. It is hard. Because really, everything around will show you that you cannot make the money to pay for that stuff. Everything around you will be telling you that you cannot go to Ireland now. You cannot even travel now. You don't have you don't have that clinic, or there's no. But to say, to believe what is right about you, that Christ died for. I believe what is right is one of the hardest, but is it doable? Yes. And until we do that, we will not see results. I just wanted to add that line. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So on this note, we are calling it a day. So let's go. If you need to rewrite your goals, I said it at the beginning. Maybe what you said you want to achieve in Q1, you will not say you see this one. It is Q2. We are going to do this one. Let that one that is in Q3, let it come first. Do you see? So I believe some of you are going to rewrite your goals after this night. What you have put last, and say maybe Olufumi is saying September, I will have made that money. Then I will not be able to, to rent that building. She will now bring it to Q1. She will now say January, February, March. That is what I'm giving myself. I am going to get the space.
Let me even ask Olufumi, me, when I wanted to get to, sorry, please, when I wanted to get that space, and one of the things I did was, I was asking myself, I'd always said, oh, I want it like this. I want it by the roadside. I want it to be upstairs. That's what I always said. Because number one thing, I always ask people, what do you want? Because you are not supposed to know how it will happen. What do you want? You are not God. You are not going to help God to solve your problem. What do you want? Just tell God, this is what I want. And I remember one of those days I was going, and we were looking for the houses, and I was seeing flats inside streets, like inside streets, off the streets, you'll have gone and turned and turned. And as I was coming out of that space, the Holy Spirit just reminded me and asked me, what do you say you want again? And I was like, oh, that's true. I knew what I wanted. I want a building by the roadside with that glass in the front and all of that, so that I can put glass in front and all. That was what I said. And then I said, I'm not going inside those streets again. Let me walk this road. That same day, I found one building. In fact, the building was so dark, it was like a paper, like a carton like this that they used to write vacancy in front of it. It was very dirty and dark like that, but it was by the roadside. It was upstairs. It was a 2-bedroom flat that is spacious. And I was just like, oh my God. In fact, we drove past. I said, I saw something there. And then we went back and then we saw it. And it was the cheapest. Imagine 250,000 naira. It was the cheapest house around. Of course, it was black and dirty and all of that. We pimped it up. And I entered that space. I entered that space with as the smallest as I was. I think I had maybe 10 manual machines and 2 industrial machines. By the time I was leaving that space, we did not have leg room again. All the place that we were using for display, we have parked out display where everywhere was machines. By the time I was leaving, I think my industrial machines had become almost 20 at the time I was leaving that space. So I'm saying this to you to tell you that, see, all those things now stories. If you don't know what you want, is when you go like that. That's where you are. But see, just number one, first think about what do you want? How do you want it to look like? And then hold that image of what you want. Hold it, it might not be this year, it might be next year. It might not be 2025, it might be 2026, but hold that image until your water becomes steam. Hold it until the water on the fire. You know, it's like you want to make hot tea. You put water and you are saying, you just put the water and you're saying, it's not hot. It's not hot. If you leave the pot on the fire, it will be hot. Just leave the pot on the fire. Leave the pot on the fire. But you know what? One of the things that happens to us is that we put off the gas. We on it again. We put it off. We're like, it's not working. And then we on it again. Olufumi, that's what you are doing. You put off the fire. You go. You're like, it's not working. It's not working. It will take longer. That water might not boil the whole day. God forbid. What you equate the whole day with the life of a human being. That water might not boil until people die. Because what do they do? They switch on the lights, they switch it off. They switch on the gas, they switch it off. But if they switch on the fire, even if it is slow, even if it is not green, even if they cannot see it, they leave it on. They're like, my tea is going to boil. It will boil. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's just go and do the needful. Don't forget 2025 partnership. I remember when I was talking, I said you will not be the only one to do that thing. God will bring you in contact with people that you will do it together with. Maybe I'm not articulating it well. The way you have just received it, just go and sit down with God. Let God give you that person that you will collaborate with in 2025 and be intentional about it. One, we chase 1,000, right? Even in marital, whatever. And the Bible says, two, we do what? We chase
Yes.
10,000 flights. That is the summary of what I can tell you about 2025. Go and look for that person that you will do something to get that. Go and look for the person prayerfully. Go and look for that person. And it will be done. It will be done. One more last thing that I want to say. So, a lot of people talk about something about borrowing. So, it is also part of your belief. So, somebody was saying something about he needed to pay school fee abroad. It was about some thousands of dollars. And so, because he believed that he cannot get that money except he borrows, so he had prayed and prayed. Even when he's praying, what is always coming to his mind is go and borrow, go and borrow. The man said that that money would have been given to him if his belief was intact. He said that debt, said he paid it for almost 10 years. He said he paid it for almost 10 years. Said that debt drained him. So some of us sometimes, even when we are praying like this, our belief is like, I'm going to call Uncle Lagbaja. You already have 4 uncles that you want to call that will solve that problem for you. You are not even thinking about the fact that me, one man will pull. I will pull this thing down and I will make it happen. You know, that thing still boils down on the energy that you have as a woman. If you always think about that energy that you have as a woman, you will do amazing things in 2025. That's where I will stop this night. Let's just go and think through it and have a wonderful night rest. See you in 2025. I can't wait for you people to share your testimonies. I can't wait because it is going to be wonderful. It is going to be wonderful. A lot of things will happen for you in 2025, and it will be as a result of one person that God brought your way and you did something fantastic together. Remember, you cannot do it all alone. You cannot do it all alone. Prayerfully seek that person. Prayerfully seek that person, and you will do amazing things. Take care.
Amen.
Good night. I love you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night, Sammy. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Oh,
you.
let me see, Pele. Good night. Elizabeth, Auntie Yomi,
Bye
night.
bye.
Olubumi, good night.
Night, Mama.
Goodbye. Yeah.